G'day, I'm Dylan for Sovereign 2XX, the show for the Indigenous community, by the Indigenous community.
I'm Ivan Sen, writer-director, and you're listening to Sovereign on 2XX FM.
Alright moviegoers, a quick history lesson. I said quick. Alright, from the start, Australian cinema has been great at telling Australian stories, from Ned Kelly to posh girls having a picnic in a rock. I hear that's a hanger. But one larger set of stories has been left untold, and that's the stories of the Indigenous Australians. Yes, there were movies such as Jeddah, but they were mostly told from the perspective of white Australians. Coming now into the new millennia, and a new wave of Indigenous stories from the perspective of Indigenous peoples crop up. Movies such as Rabbit Proof Fence.
Come for the three girls, Maud! Come up with a black mouse,
It's mine! Get mine!
No, saying it!
Australian Rules.
He can't be white.
Best man on the ground, eh? As long as he's white.
And Brand New Day. Offer the opportunity to expose Australia to the culture and to give Indigenous people stories that they can own. Such a storyteller is Ivan Sen, writer and director for such films as Beneath Clouds.
Never knew any white fellas before. Not like you, anyway.
Tumala.
What you gonna do with yourself?
I don't know. What's Snowden?
And his recent-ish film, Mystery Road, with Hugo Weaving and Aaron Patterson.
So, we got a young girl stuffed onto the highway.
I know, Joe. Just see what you can come up with.
I met up with Ivan while he was in Canberra for a symposium in his name, hosted by the University of Canberra during NAIDOC Week.
Gorilla. Ngora edere konani. Ngora kanini.
Sovereignty freedom.
You're listening to Sovereign Voices 2XX 98.3 with Alice Haines, Sovereign Voices.
My declaration.
98.3.
Sovereignty was basically placed into the Westminster system via the Mabo case because of the terra nullius. Mabo was good and bad for us, the case itself. The good thing was it threw out terra nullius, and all of a sudden, bang, right across Australia, our sovereign lands are ours, and they've lost their jurisdiction. So the government basically had, this is their sovereignty. They had this like real gathered claim to sovereignty based on terra nullius. Mabo case comes along, Mabo too, and bang, it's like, whoa, they like this here. Nothing. They shut down media all over Australia for a year. No media was allowed to report on that case for 12 months after Mabo too, because they didn't want anyone to accidentally slip out. They are like this, I think, and we're like this. We were actually the authority of the country.
There are eyes on the feed to spread the information if this does go down, and just to let people know that we're watching, that nobody stands alone, and that we're all going to keep fighting together. And hopefully next time we won't call it at 10 a.m. on a weekday, so we'll get some real numbers out here. And I really thank you all for coming down. It's a beautiful sight, you're beautiful people, and my love and respect to those on the live stream. Our message, we may be small here, but our message is spreading to the whole world today, so don't think you came out here for nothing. I hope you have enjoyed today. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time, and we'll see most of you down here.
What do we want? Stop the closure!
We can name you. We can name you off the drop of a hat over 200 white communities that are smaller than the black communities that they're closing, but there's no threat to any of those communities because the gap is widening. And the mere fact that it's 2015 and Aboriginal people are being forced off their land is something that no Australian should, embrace
what the leaders of this country says is acceptable.
I'll give you short and sweet, as they say. The position as we see it in WA right now is pretty representative of what's been happening for 227 years.
Hello there, I'm Deanne and you're tuned in to Sovereign Schools on 2XX FM. Now we're going to do an interview with Michael Weir. Michael, so today we're talking about mental health and illness within Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities. Why do you think it's important for young people to get involved in programs like this?
Well, I don't know. I think it's a safe environment for them to sort of reach out and get assistance. I mean, if you go to other organisations that specialise in that, it can be quite embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know, for some, they do find it embarrassing or daunting even to go to those services. Working in sort of community-controlled workshops by trusted people, it's a safe and friendly environment, and the people who are involved have the best interest of the participants. You know, we're just trying to help each other out.
Awesome.
Down that old Mission Road.
And that one there was Old Mission Road by the talented Archie Roach. And moving right along, now we're going to have a good old yarn with Luster Davis. Luster, would you like to say hello?
Hi, how you going?
Good, thanks. So, some of you may have remembered Luster from a little earlier on in the show. Luster, would you like to tell us what you've been getting up to in the school holidays?
Sure, so I've been travelling with our family a bit. You've been going to the Big Banana, going to the movies a bit, and being at my auntie's house, fishing, and I get this opportunity to be on the radio.
Awesome stuff, Lester. So, looks like you've been a bit busy through the school holidays. Would you like to do us a favour and bring in the next song?
Sure, and this one is Something About Trains by Troy Casadale.
And we are here with the kids from Carrabra High School. We've got Sylvia, Koori and Tyrell sitting around. You guys here doing stuff on the panel. How'd you find that?
That was pretty mean.
Pretty mean?
Yeah.
How so?
Like it wasn't... No,
Right.
it's like mean is like it was good to do.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to hear, good to hear. So what do you guys reckon you would take away from today?
I know how to use the panel, sort of.
Experience.
Yeah. You guys reckon you'll get wrapped up in radio now?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's pretty
If I
cool.
get an
I'll be a
opportunity.
professional on the motor.
I'd like...
Commentator.
I know this is like a really good opportunity for like young Aboriginal kids to like go into a radio and like talk. Oops, my bad.
All good, all good.
Yeah, but it's really a good experience for me. Don't know about the other boys.
It was good. I loved it. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
G'day, I'm Aaron. And I'm Luke. And this is Sovereign Sports Roundup on 2XX.
Mumford down to Goods. He's going to make amends. Outside of the boot. No way! That's off the scale!
In local
so you run with him, that's right. We've got to mention the deadly runners. You still doing that?
Yeah, still going hard, mate. Still going. I have a trial with Indigenous Marathon Project on the 30th. So that's a 5K run.
Why haven't we talked about this before?
It's not about me, mate. It's not about me.
Come on. Anyway, tell us more. So what is it?
The trial? Yeah. Yes, so Indigenous Marathon Project. It's a 5K run at Reconciliation Place.
Yep.
If you think you got what it takes, come out. It's just it's a trial. Anyone can jump in and give it a crack.
He's not talking to me there. He's talking to all the listeners out there.
Yeah, listeners. The 30th of March at 7 a.m.
I'm not the runner.
Reconciliation Place.
But that's the whole point, isn't it?
That's the thing. I was never a runner. You know, I started in November last year, and it only took me about a month and a bit to run 5K.
So it's all in the head, you reckon?
Yeah. So we're me and my Deadly Runners group. Shout outs. We're training up for a big 10K.
Yeah.
We've got some beginners too who are heading towards that 5K mark, and hopefully we'll all be able to go to City to surf.
Oh, that's awesome. So just going back to your trial, so what's that actually for? Like, what is the long run? What's your goal for that?
It's just to prove to them that I can run 5K.
Yeah. what's the selection process?
Not 100% sure on that one. They're all over Australia, so they're actually going around the whole place at the moment.
Because that's to get a group together to go to New York, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And so
Deeks.
Robert De Castella.
Yep.
So, no, looking forward to it. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to, and hopefully I'll give it my best shot.
Oh, that might be one of our big stories coming up.
Yeah.
You making it through.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
All right, all the best for that, mate. So hopefully, we will report on your progress.
Yeah, cheers, bud.
It's always good to give yourself a plug.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated anyway.
No worries, mate.
G'day, Dylan here for Sovereign on 2XX FM here at Thredbo Blues Festival, and I'm here at Thredbo Blues Festival with the amazing Phil and Trudy Edgley. How are you guys going today?
Thank you.
Good, mate.
Thanks.
Good, mate. Amazing, should I say.
Amazing. So, Uncle Cole, I think you're something of a living legend. You've been around in the music industry since the 1960s, I think.
Been a long time.
Been a long time?
Yes.
You know yourself so well that you named yourself. Is that right? You give yourself culture?
To be honest, and I don't usually talk about it, Dylan, but I was born Glenn Gordon James Edwards. 18 months after I was taken from my mother and father and sent down to Melbourne and lived in a children's home in Melbourne and treated, in a sense, differently because I was born